Namo Buddhaya. I really appreciate the Venerable Bhikshuni Santini Mahateri. She has given me this opportunity to share my Dhammaduta lives in this special Sanghamita Days 2022. First of all, one should have a willing and patient, no matter life. One we're facing, especially joint Sangha life, is not easy as people think. We have to spend 4 to 6 hours learning classic Sutra, Tipitaka, etc. as our basic. Live together with more than 100 people is not easy. A lot of argue, challenge, conflict, and disagreement. Do you believe that Sangha life is so peaceful without any conflict? If we cannot overcome this situation, how can we get a peace and concentrate as our basic nunnery life? I can still remember when I was in Sangha Training College for Guangsan. All of us students, we have to work in teams, and most of the time, we were each given tasks and turns to complete this task. Some of the tasks include cleaning and preparing the main hall, cooking for more than 200 people meals every day. In the dining hall, cleaning and setting of tables, gardening, planting, and sweep, etc. This was undoubtedly very interesting, yet difficult, as not all the team members have the same perspective. When working in terms, it is important to open-minded about the opinions of others. One day, before the start to new semester, I had a very strange nun in my team. As a result of the semester before, I heard that she was strange and the most difficult person in our college that time. And now she became one of our team members. Oh dear, how should I deal with this? I started thinking to myself. However, I like to have a challenging college life in my young age. I try to accept her and welcome her. I also let her do what she likes and never blame at her. Even though I experiences this situation of her being strange as frustrating, and at times I wanted to just jump around the room and just scream out loudly, but I never did. After many months, we had been working together. I tried to accept her. I also tried to make jokes with her and to be friendlier. Day by day, she began to open up to me. And this is when I realized that these kinds of difficult people are everywhere. They also need a friend they can trust. They also need our care and our concern. No matter where I go, I can never escape from these kinds of difficult people. Sure, it may be possible to avoid the first or second difficult person, but how about the third or even the 10th person I will encounter? Escape wasn't a permanent solution and also have nothing to learn from it. So to cultivate myself, this is also one of the requirements for being a Dhammaduta light. As a result of these experiences, I made an extra effort to smile more to her. I kept checking with her if she was okay. I let her know that she should rest if she was unwell, and not to worry about our duties, etc. From these experiences, I had learned how to tolerate these kinds of difficult people, along with how to deal with them. I felt grateful that I have had this chance to meet her and have her in my life. She became one of my close friends until now. So, how to experience authentic happiness? Well-being and psychology safety in our Dhammaduta life. This kind of mental stability must arise from internal and authentic causes. From within our mind, it does not depend on any external things, such as the behavior of others, nor any outside conditions. In Buddhist teaching, we call this pure happiness, which is a deep, stable, heartfelt happiness, and we can build upon it day by day. It is a kind of joy that, in some sense, it is always in our mind. Once I met a very snobby lady who I have never ever met before. I saw her carry a fancy colored bag, walking toward the main hall along with her elegant, stylish, and modern fashion during the Chinese New Year. So I approached her with a smiling and polite attitude to welcome her. However, she seemed to have been raised to behave in a snobby way. I thought that she might not notice on her own snobbery. Perhaps she was insecure inside and tried to hide it away. As a result, she wanted to show that she was better than others. I tried to maintain my confidence and would not let her make me feel inferior. This is a good chance for me to learn how to interact with rude and snobby people. I kept asking her different kinds of questions, pretending I did not notice anything was different about her, along with her rudeness and interior attitude. I practiced to face the fearful with no fears. I tried to have a calm and polite conversation with her in greeting Chinese New Year, etc. After communicating to each other about 10 minutes, she has left. The thing that was really surprising was on the next day, she brought her husband and children to come to visit our temple again. And I greeted me in a completely different way. Since then, most of the family accompany her to greet us during Chinese New Year for more than 20 years until now. From this experience, I have learned to always speak kindly and welcome people positively. I never once wanted to change people's behaviors, nor do I ever want to complain about them. I can remember in the Samyutta Agama Sutra, chapter 33, the Buddha told the parable of the 4 horses. He explained that there are 4 kinds of horses. The first horse collapsed merely only at the sign of a whip without the whip touching him, which is why he runs at the driver's wheel. He runs either slow or fast, turn right or left, as this is an excellent horse, just like the people who can drive him or herself very well. They have the ability to examine people's languages, aspirations, and observe it. They even know how they should react next. The second horse collapses when the whip touches its hair, which can run as well as the first one. This is the second group of the horses. However, we have to tell these people what and when they should react. The third horse collapses when the whip touches its skin, which will then run only when they feel pain on their body. These kinds of people should give warning or some clear message. As a result, many people only rely on visual symbols, such as a road sign, or even get fined to warn. The forehouse only begins to collapse when the whip touches its bones. It means after the pain to its bones, such as one of my friend's sons, after drinking driving, hit someone who had just left their house. He was then imprisoned for more than 2 years. Other people I knew eat too much junk food until it caused chronic sickness to their bodies. So let's imagine how difficult it is for the fourth one to learn how to run. And most of us react just like the fourth group of the horse. Continuously, I try to practice in which I can assist the people whom surround me to feel psychologically safe and positive. How do we create or implement our own psychological safety? Just as the first or second horse's behavior. If I did not feel comfortable, how could others feel safe and comfortable working with me? I would not have an impressive nor impactful experience on my own life of the life of others. In Dhammaduta life, the idea of practicing compassion is very similar to applying positive and safe psychology, which assists our surrounding people to feel safe, comfortable, and free from suffering. PowerPoint, please. So, after several years of training, about 3 to 5 years of training, or even longer, we need to get the training with others. So I start to think, what can I contribute to others? What can I help? How can I help people? So in my own experiences, I start my training from Amitabha Retreat for 7 days in several places. People will get calm, peaceful mind, and concentration during the retreat. Besides that, I also can improve my self-cultivation. So really grateful. After a couple of years, our committee support us to build a private school from kindergarten to primary school. At that time, I thought, if a Sangha member can live life in a school, one can have unlimited learning. So my motto is high concept, high touch. These two photos, young boys. These two young boys is our professional public speaker and TV broadcasters. And another one is the best graduate at Technical University of Darmstadt, Germany. So, deep philosophy in classic sutra is not popular and not easy to understand in the society. After having long-term Dharma class in many countries and many places, such as in Singapore, Hong Kong, Auckland, and Indonesia. So I found people join Dharma class learning Buddhist philosophy are very limited. Mostly they like to listen what they can understand. So I try to teach what is suitable for them. If they can understand and fulfill their need, then they will feel happy and enjoy it very much. After many years in monastery life and education life, I found people like to come to see us and discuss their problem with us, such as family problem, spouse problem, even children education problem, how to help them in this situation. I have joined some counseling training courses during my staying in Singapore. From these courses, I have learned how to encourage people to always have positive thinking, speak in positive way. So listen without judgment is my motto when I having counseling session with these people. It is impossible to solve all the problem, but sometimes they only need people to listen their problem and bring them to peaceful and calming atmosphere. This is also a kind of the blessing from Sangha. So being a Dhammaduta life, it is important that we never stop learning to improve ourselves and others. So this is only my own story, my own sharing to all of you. I wish all of these UTBSI members always stay healthy, working together in harmonies, and guide us always in our Dhammaduta lives. Sabe sata bawantu sukitata. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.